Hello everyone, Rimea here, and welcome to another new Super Luigi U stage creation video. Today we're doing another straight up time-lapse, so it's just going to be me talking over that instead of updating you guys on things in real time, because I just didn't really feel like doing that while working on this level. Anyways, speaking of that level, we're using an interesting combination of mechanics today, snake blocks and bramballs. Bramballs are like literally the worst NSMU enemy from a programming perspective. They don't even have gravity, so using them in combination with any kind of moving platform is extremely tricky to pull off. But I found a way to use snake blocks with them that avoids any jank, so I decided to turn this level into a snake block autoscroller. Because we're using Bramballs, I also thought it would make sense for us to bring back the big acorn trees from Cloudy 2. So those big white boxes are actually model replaced with the canopies of the trees. There's a cool setup here where basically jumping on that snake block pushes those break and question blocks out so you can hit them. That's just done with some path control trickery. Because these tree tile sets are only a certain height, I have to use all sorts of clever little tricks like this to get them to be a lot taller for sections like this. Originally this setup here, where you can activate a snake block to go under this leaf platform, just got you some coins, but then I realized it would actually work for the first star coin instead. I'm always big on hiding hidden 1-ups in levels. This one may seem trivial, but if you don't walk across the snake block quickly, you're blocked off from getting it. Here's a really funny contraption idea I had. Basically this snake block here only moves forward one block and then drops down, so it just serves as a buffer before falling onto the bramble. At this point, I had an idea for a fairly simple second star coin that I then decided to scrap, but as you'll see later on, I actually brought this back because it's pretty neat. The number one setup idea I had when starting this level was a snake block autoscroller section where Bramble would temporarily block your path by stepping onto the snake block. So that's what this is here. I then realized I'd accidentally made a perfect setup for a pipe cannon here. Sometimes you just stumble into your star coin ideas. Another thing I really wanted to do with this level is go from under to above the canopies all in a single zone. So for the final part of the level here, we scroll upwards a bit. Towards the end of the level here, one of the final setups is another Bramble walking back and forth over the snake block you've been riding, though sadly you do skip that if you get the star coin instead. Originally I was planning on having this star coin be the second one, and the third one being in a bonus room, but I realized the bonus room wouldn't really work for how the level was turning out, so I went back to that star coin from earlier. Crazy diagonal autoscrollers like this always take a lot more time than you'd expect, so it took me a long time to figure out what to really do with this section here. I originally wanted to put the gold pole section on a stationary giant snake block, but for some reason that wasn't working, so I just replaced it with normal tiles. Snake blocks can only move in increments of the size of the snake block. So for example, this 2x2 snake block here can only move in sections of 2 tiles. So throughout the level I'm using these like random tiles that happen to be a 2x2 or a 3x3 or whatever to measure how far I can move the snake block. Now that the level has basically been figured out, it's time for background rock tiling. In this level I really saved the worst till the end. Alright, and before we're done for the level, I just wanted to ask you guys, do you guys prefer like this kind of style of me talking over the time-lapse? Or do you guys prefer me talking you guys through the creation of the level in real time? Because this style is definitely easier for me to record and whatnot, but it's maybe not as entertaining as watching me trying to struggle with this kind of stuff in real time. So yeah, let me know. But anyways, there we go, the level is done, so let's go check it out in-game. Okay, so right at the start we have some hidden coins to the left here, because why not? And then we introduce the two main mechanics. You know, the Bramble walks across the snake block. I think that's really neat. And here's that setup I mentioned, where the snake block pushes the brick in question blocks. A pretty cool way of tying the main mechanic to a power-up. And here you're encouraged to jump on top of that Bramble, but you can also like kill it first and then jump on the snake blocks to get the first star coin. Also, yeah, I more replaced the Goon Brats with Shy Guys, because why not? Then here, if you're not quick enough, you can't get that one-up, but there we go. And then here's a funny setup where, yeah, that snake block barely moves before it falls down. It's really neat. And you can hit this other snake block to get another power-up. I chose the fire flower because like an ice flower or something would be way too overpowered against Bramballs. And yeah, the second star coin is super simple. It's just kind of reinforcing that mechanic of the snake block falling down when you jump on it, which we had earlier. And here's that cool setup where the Bramble steps onto the snake block for a second, which really ties the two main mechanics together. And yeah, we can actually kill that Bramble using the pipe cannon there, and then get the third star coin. Down to the right there is a whole other setup happening that I guess we're just kind of skipping past because we're getting the third star coin. Yeah, I just added that Koopa there as a little bit of a last threat, but for the most part the level is now done. Just gotta wait for the autoscroller to catch up. But here we can jump on the Bramble to get to the top of the flagpole. So yeah, there we go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and all of that stuff. And yeah, see you later guys. Bye bye.